An unfortunate thing has happened in California. If you've been paying attention to the news at all, you're undoubtedly aware that a lot of Los Angeles area has caught on fire. Tons of people have lost their homes. That is what's most important here. Of course, this is a sports show, so we're gonna relate it to the story that's affecting sports coming out of there. But if you're able and if you'd like to donate, I'm gonna have a link to an organization that helps with relief for fires, helps people who've lost everything. It'll be down there, top link in the description. So, as I said, there are sports ramifications of the wildfires happening in California, and those are the Los Angeles Rams, who are playing the Minnesota Vikings. That game is supposed to be in Los Angeles. The Rams won the AFC or the NFC West. They were going to host a playoff game. I would imagine to most people in Los Angeles right now, the playoffs are the last thing on their minds. For a lot of the players, they have to be, worried, distracted, worried about are they going to lose, you know, any family members, are going to lose their house? Like, what are they going to do? So that's probably distracting. And eventually, unsurprisingly, it was announced that the Rams and Vikings wildcard game will be moved to Arizona and will be played in a neutral site there. So it does suck for the Rams, right? They've earned this home playoff game, and now on top of everything else, on top of everything they've had to deal with this whole week, now they have to travel to Arizona, which of course isn't that far, but still it's traveling during a very tumultuous time in these athletes' life when, they're worried about so much not to do with the game, and they have to play the Vikings who, are unaffected by all of this. If anything, it's a little bit of a shorter trip, so that plays into the Vikings' hand there. And, it's just an unfortunate situation for the Rams to be in from a competitive standpoint, right? You love home games because you get to stay at home, don't have to worry about hotels. It's just an easier preparation for these players. And now that's being taken away despite them earning it through no fault of their own. Just, a crazy situation that happened in the Los Angeles area. And I do wonder, like, I did pick the Rams to win this game, but are they going to be at a slight disadvantage because of everything going on? Maybe. I did hear some like former athletes kind of talk about it like, hey, this sucks, but I can't control the wildfire. I can only react to it. I can control what I do on the field, and it will be like a potentially nice distraction for these players to have something to worry about for 3 hours that isn't this horrible situation happening back at home. I'm not a professional football player. I'm not a former professional football player. I don't know how accurate that is. It seems, at face value to make sense, but again, not someone who would be an expert on any of this. So just a very tough situation. Again, if you're able to, if you'd like to, link in the description. And if you can't, maybe, share some various charities that are going to help people. There are a lot of people who've lost everything. It's incredibly tragic to see. And a lot of times you can see these horrible things happen and you feel hopeless because you can't help it all. Even sharing a link is helpful. So that's what I'm doing here. Hopefully, you will do the same. And that's that's it for this segment. Let me know your thoughts about how this pertains to the Rams and Vikings playoff game in the comments.